folks, Rich here at RCINFORMER. Today I have a quick unboxing video of the latest airplane from FMS models. This is their 995 millimeter Kawasaki Ki-61 Hein or Tony. This is the latest in the 980 millimeter Warbird series. It's a little bit longer wingspan, as you can see here. They've updated that. This airplane will be coming to Diamond Hobby really soon, guys. It is one heck of a nice airplane. If you guys have seen the sneak peek video I put out in the early sort of prototype silver paint job, this new green paint job is really nice. This is set up just like the other 980 millimeter Warbirds, 770 kV brushless outrunner. This one has a 60 amp speed controller as opposed to the 70. Just because it has a 3-bladed prop, and that prop doesn't put as much load on it, so it's only drawn about 45, 48 some odd amps, so they put a 60 amp in it this time around. Runs on 4-cell, 2200 to 2600 pack. All the details, guys: retractable landing gear, flaps that are pre-programmed at a slow speed, drop tanks that come on and off, lots of gun detail, venturi, antennas, all ball links all the way around. Just one heck of a nice airplane, guys. Anyway, I usually don't do unboxings of these 980 millimeters. They're so simple and easy to put together, but since there's so much popularity in this plane, I thought I would put one out for you, and you can kind of get an idea of how all the FMS 980 millimeter Warbirds come packaged and how nice they are and how simple they are to put together. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get the box top off, and we will take a look inside. With the box top removed, you can see everything's nicely packaged in this foam crate. This is how all the 980 millimeter Warbirds come: the P-47, the P-40 Warhawk. They're all very nicely packaged with a propeller in a separate area here, drop tanks here, tail spar right here you can see, and spinner right here. I didn't do unboxings on the other ones because these are pretty simple airplanes. They really don't need really a whole lot of a look at, because it's really a wing and a fuselage and a tail. But since there's so much popularity in this plane, I figured I'd break it down for everybody so you can really kind of see what this and the other 980 millimeters Warbirds look like when they come in the box. Anyway, let's get all the parts out and I'll lay them out for you. Here's the layout of all the parts that came out of the box, and you can see how super simple this is. All the FMS 980 millimeter Warbirds are really set up this way, with a fuselage, a wing with everything already installed with them: speed controller, servos for your elevator and rudder already installed in here, motors installed in here, all painted, ready to go, and the wing with landing gear and servos already in. Your two tail surfaces, drop tanks, tail spar here, your spinner, a little tube of glue, and your parts bag with screws and antennas and guns and everything. And of course the propeller, which I decided to show you here in the foam packaging that it comes in, because they really do a nice job packaging this to keep the prop from getting warped or bent or any of that kind of stuff. I can see why they changed the paint job on this. The actually green, red, and white is a really contrasty paint job. It really is nice. I know guys like the silver that we originally showed in the sneak peek video, but this really stands out quite nicely. So anyway, let me show you a closer look of each of the parts in greater detail. The first part up to show you is the main fuselage. They really did a super nice job on this thing. All the paint, the details, and the stickers and everything are all applied on this thing nicely. You can see how big the motor is on this thing. The front cowling really just kind of snaps off with some little snap catches right here. You can see why this plane is so quick, because it's just got such a big, such a large motor in this thing, the 770 kV that powers all the other 980 millimeters. But you see how compact it is in here. This fuselage is shaped like a bullet. Again, that's why this thing is so fast. Great dummy engine detail, intakes, little slot here for a venturi. Nice gun detail all the way around. Kill markings. Underneath, just like all the other 980 millimeters, you can see the brass threads in there for attaching your wings, So it's really nice and durable to have metal threads there. You can see here the dummy intake here, a radiator scoop that really cools off. Another cooling hole here. really to get the air moving through this thing and cooling this thing down. One sharp looking fuselage. Definitely like the new color. Tail wheel here is a new design. You can see here it has simple easy connector back here. This makes it really easy to adjust this tail on the ground very quickly if your tail wheel and rudder are not lined up quite right. You can see the ball links all the way around here everywhere. And laminated foam hinges. FMS does probably one of the best jobs of laminating all of their hinges here. So it's not just a foam hinge, it has a nice laminate around it. It keeps it nice and durable. Love the way they do that. Running across here to the top and the cockpit of the airplane. Slot here for antenna. Pilot detail in there is pretty decent. Little tiny instrument panel. They painted the inside of the canopy gray for a little bit of contrast. The pilot could maybe be moved back a little bit farther, but I think he was a little farther forward even before. But real nice detail there, guys. Little piece of tape here to get your canopy off. Rare earth magnet in the back, tongue and groove up front to keep this thing latched in place. Very tight compartment in here. Very compact compared to some of the other 980 millimeter warbirds. But again, that's what gives this thing the speed because it's such a thin fuselage. 60 amp speed controller in this thing. Because of the three-bladed prop, it doesn't need, this plane is, the prop is not nearly as loaded up as the four-bladed prop is. So they went to a 60 because this thing was only drawing like 40 some odd, 48, 45, 48 amps or something. So it really didn't need the 70 amp controller in there. And the 70 amp controller was just huge in here and took up so much space. So the 60 gives you some breathing room inside here for getting your battery and everything in there. You can see your servos back there for your rudder and your elevator right there. A little wooden tray here where your that slides in and out where your receiver mounts to. So really nice and convenient. Anyway, guys, really nice fuselage, super nice detail. Can't wait to get this thing out to the field. The next part to show you guys here is the main wing. They really do a nice job on their wings at FMS. Very strong spar they got in these things because these things are doing around 100 miles an hour. So. They have this really nice junction box that FMS is making for all these 980 millimeter warbirds. Everything is all plugged into this thing already. Gear, flaps, ailerons, and all you have is just 3 wires to plug into your receiver. So it's all ready to go. Really nice. Now they changed the guns around a little bit. They still have the pitot tube, I guess, right here. And you just insert your guns in here. I'll show you those they come in the bag. Underside of the wing, really nice. You can see the spars sort of running all throughout this thing. Again, laminated hinges. You can kind of see in this picture how they kind of shine back at you way down in there, the hinge. That's the lamination that they put all over these things. Same thing with the flaps. You can see way down in there, you can see that glue joint there. So you're not just dealing with a foam hinge. When you're dealing with FMS planes, you're dealing with a actual rubber laminate in there, guys, like a contact type cement. So these are tough hinges, some of my favorites. Ball links all the way around on this thing, guys. Everything's pre-installed. Servos are already in place. Metal gears on the primary flight controls. And you can see metal trunnion, retractable landing gear. Again, this is all ready to install and ready to go. Comes in the box just the way you see it, guys. So anyway, just a super, super nice quality wing, guys. Next up here are the 2 elevator halves and the spar that connects the 2 of them together. You can see how these things fit in real nicely. There's really no better way to fly with a nice spar running through the tail, especially when we're doing around 100 with this thing, or close to it anyway. Just a real nice overall fit and finish, guys. Next part up to show you is the prop and spinner. This is a really precision fit. You can see here it is we have here a 10.5 by 7 prop. We do a lot of product testing at RCINFORMER with FMS, and a lot of times props and spinners don't fit so great when we first get the samples. But I'll tell you what, they fix everything, guys. This thing fits beautifully now. Nice precision fit all the way around. One thing to note on really all airplanes, and especially these 980s from FMS, they're real fast. This prop's turning pretty quick. Just never assume the prop is balanced. Always stick this thing on a balancer and balance it, per the balancer instructions. Just to make sure the thing is spinning true. If you throttle up and your plane's vibrating even just a little bit, it means the prop's out of balance. So just make sure you balance all your propellers. The last few items I want to show you guys is the drop tanks. You can see here the drop tanks have the nice slider that FMS puts on them, so they fit right on the wings. They come on and off as you desire. Also, a tube of contact cement, which you won't use all this, so you can use it for a lot of other airplanes. It's for gluing on all your antennas and guns and those kinds of things. Otherwise, the airplane is completely glueless. You just really screw this thing together. 4 screws for your wing, 2 for your tail. You get all your ball links and everything on, and your linkages and everything, and you're ready to go fly this thing after you set up your receiver and everything. So screwdriver in the package here as well. Anyway, guys, that pretty much is it for this airplane. This is pretty much how the 980mm Warbirds from FMS are set up. They're really this simple and this easy to kind of get together. Look for this coming to Diamond Hobby real soon. We'll be getting the flight demo out here for you just as quickly as we can. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out FMS models. Thanks for checking out RC Informer, and as always, we'll see you next time.